In the alley's dim hush, a torn cardboard box sits forlornly, a silent testament to abandonment. Newborn kittens huddle within, their tiny forms barely stirring in the cold morning air. Their eyes are sealed shut, oblivious to the harsh world outside their makeshift nest. Amidst her litter, Mimi nestles close to her mother, seeking warmth and protection. A fragile tableau of life unfolds in the unyielding grip of the alley's shadows. Inside the cardboard box, newborn kittens instinctively wriggle, a flurry of tiny paws and soft fur. They seek the warmth and comfort of their mother, driven by an innate need to feed and connect. The mother cat breathes slowly, her chest rising and falling in a gentle rhythm of life. With tender care, she grooms her kittens, a silent promise of protection and love in her every touch. A mother cat vanishes into the alley, leaving her kittens nestled in their cardboard box. The tiny kittens huddle together, seeking warmth and comfort in their shared vulnerability. The alley's silence is broken by the distant buzz of scooters, hinting at the city's pulse. Urban sounds intensify, contrasting with the kitten's fragile peace. Weeks later, in a sun-drenched alley, Mimi struggles to stand, her legs shaky and uncoordinated. She lowers her head, sniffing at a fallen leaf as if rediscovering the world. Curiosity flickers in her eyes as she paws at a discarded bottle cap, the metal glinting in the light. Her attention shifts, drawn to the minute movements of a bug crawling along the grimy pavement. The world, once familiar, now unfolds anew before Mimi's tentative gaze. In a sun-drenched alley backyard, Mimi starts after her mother, her small figure full of purpose. A stumble. Mimi falls on a small step, the unexpected obstacle momentarily halting her. Undaunted, she swiftly pushes herself up, her resolve shining through the momentary setback. With renewed determination, Mimi tries again, her eyes fixed on her mother, every movement filled with purpose. Rain splatters against the grimy brick walls of the alley, the downpour relentless. The mother cat, fur already damp, begins moving her kittens. She seeks shelter in a drier corner, away from the increasing rain. She nudges her kittens close, trying to shield them from the harsh elements. Mimi navigates the narrow alley, her steps cautious, every sense dialed up to high alert. A sudden, looming shadow stretches against the grimy brick wall, an ominous silhouette. Her instincts scream danger, compelling her to retreat, her eyes widening with apprehension. Every rustle and echo amplify the tension as she scans her surroundings, wary and alert. In a sunlit alley, city volunteers carefully gather the kittens, their gloved hands moving with practiced gentleness. Mimi initially resists, a flicker of wildness in her eyes as she is approached. She then relaxes, succumbing to the soothing touch and gentle voices of the volunteers. The alley becomes a scene of quiet rescue, a small act of kindness amidst the urban landscape. Daylight streams into the transport carrier. Mimi stirs, cautiously adjusting. She sniffs, testing the air. The new environment surrounds her, a moment of quiet assessment. Inside the animal shelter, stainless steel cages stand in rows, each holding a soft, clean towel. The air hums with a gentle ambient noise, a symphony of subtle sounds. Mimi cautiously enters the space, her senses alert. With tentative steps, she explores her new surroundings. Her nose twitches, carefully sniffing the air. Each scent tells a story as Mimi slowly adjusts. Inside the bustling animal shelter, a staff member gently offers a feather toy, hoping to coax Mimi from her shell. Mimi watches with cautious curiosity, her eyes gleaming with a mix of fear and intrigue as the colorful feathers dance. A tentative paw reaches out, a soft tap against the toy, testing the waters of playfulness. A flicker of joy lights up her eyes as Mimi begins to play, her cautiousness slowly melting away. Sunlight streams into the animal shelter, casting long shadows across the rows of cages. Sarah walks through the shelter, her footsteps echoing softly, a beacon of hope in the sterile environment. She approaches Mimi's cage, her face softening with compassion. Mimi watches from the corner, her eyes reflecting a mix of curiosity and uncertainty. Inside the bustling animal shelter, Sarah's gentle hand reaches out, an offer of trust extended to the timid Mimi. Mimi hesitates, her eyes reflecting a mix of fear and curiosity as she regards the outstretched hand. A tentative sniff breaks the silence, a subtle connection forming between woman and animal. The air crackles with unspoken understanding as Mimi explores Sarah's scent, a fragile bond beginning. In this quiet moment, hope blossoms, promising a future of companionship and healing. Sunlight streams into Sarah's minimalist apartment, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air. Mimi, a sleek Siamese, surveys her new domain with regal curiosity. She rubs against the furniture, marking her territory with subtle feline grace. Her tail twitches, a silent declaration of ownership in the modern space. Sunlight floods Sarah's apartment, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air. Mimi, a fluffy cat, pads gracefully across Sarah's cluttered desk. With a playful paw, Mimi bats at Sarah's laptop, her curiosity piqued. A window on the screen abruptly closes, a digital casualty of Mimi's innocent exploration. Sarah's silent reaction hangs in the air, a mix of amusement and slight annoyance. In Sarah's sunlit apartment, Mimi sits on the windowsill, a dark silhouette against the bright daylight. Her sleek form is poised, a silent observer of the vibrant street scene unfolding below. For a long moment, she stares intently, her golden eyes reflecting the bustling world outside. The subtle twitch of her tail betrays her inner concentration, a rhythmic pulse of thought. Mimi watches, a feline philosopher contemplating the human drama beyond the glass. Sunlight streams into Sarah's apartment, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air as Mimi begins her meticulous grooming. Mimi pauses, her emerald eyes gleaming with focused attention as she meticulously cleans each paw. The camera captures the delicate precision of her movements, highlighting the grace and agility inherent in her every action. A close-up reveals the soft texture of her fur, each strand catching the light as she smooths it with her tongue. With a final flick of her tail, Mimi concludes her ritual, a picture of feline perfection in Sarah's sunlit apartment. Sunlight floods Sarah's apartment as she is lost in a book, the quiet morning air filled with the promise of a peaceful day. Mimi, a fluffy cat, curls up near Sarah's feet, a soft purr rumbling in her chest as she basks in her owner's warmth. Their relaxed postures speak volumes of a comfortable, familiar companionship, a silent dialogue of affection and trust. Sarah's gentle touch extends to Mimi, creating a cozy sanctuary bathed in the morning light. Sunlight floods Sarah's apartment, illuminating dust motes and filling the room with a soft, golden glow. Mimi, a sleek tabby, pounces and leaps, her playful energy filling the sun-drenched space. Sarah teases Mimi with a string, her movements quick and precise, a dance of focused energy. Mimi's ears suddenly twitch, her playful gaze drifting towards the window, drawn by unseen wonders. Abruptly losing interest, Mimi turns her back on the toy, a picture of feline fickleness. The sleek tabby settles down for a nap, basking in the sunlight, utterly undisturbed. Inside the vet's office, Mimi lets out a low growl, her body tense within the confines of the metal cat carrier. Shadows and light play across the bars as Mimi's anxiety fills the small space. Sarah's gentle hand reaches through the bars, offering a soothing touch to the frightened cat. Sarah softly strokes the carrier, a silent promise of safety and comfort amidst the sterile environment. The metal bars of the carrier become a stark reminder of Mimi's vulnerability and Sarah's protective resolve. Sunlight fills Sarah's apartment, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air. Mimi moves with a measured grace, her jumps shorter now. Each step is deliberate, a testament to her age. She navigates the familiar space with a slower, more thoughtful pace. Her eyes, though aged, gleam with wisdom and contentment. The apartment, bathed in light, is her sanctuary. Sunlight fills Sarah's apartment, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air. Mimi's eyes cloud over, a subtle hint of age dimming her vibrant gaze. A slow blink betrays the passing of time, a fleeting moment of vulnerability. Her vision softens, the once sharp focus gently blurring at the edges. Mimi's face shows a slight sign of her getting older. Her eyes lost their light. Sunlight floods Sarah's apartment, illuminating dust motes and creating a warm, inviting atmosphere. Mimi, a tabby cat, curls up in a sunbeam on the windowsill, her plush fur glowing. She sleeps soundly, her body rising and falling gently with each breath. Mimi seeks the sun's warmth, a subtle sign of her aging, as the cold bothers her more now. Her movements are slower and more deliberate as she settles into her sun-drenched haven. The cozy apartment offers a peaceful sanctuary, bathed in the golden morning light. Inside the bright vet's office, the vet gently checks Mimi's blood pressure, her touch careful and practiced. With focused intensity, the vet leans in, the cool metal of the stethoscope pressed against Mimi's chest. The soft murmurs of Mimi's heart fill the quiet room, each beat a story of resilience and love. The vet's expression is thoughtful, a silent promise of care and unwavering dedication. Sunlight floods Sarah's apartment as she prepares Mimi's meal, her movements deliberate and gentle. With focused care, Sarah mixes medicine into the wet cat food, masking it completely from discerning eyes. She ensures the medicine is well hidden within the food, a silent promise to her beloved cat. Sarah places the bowl on the floor, a hopeful watchfulness in her eyes as Mimi approaches. In the late afternoon sun, Mimi finds solace on her favorite blanket by the window. Golden light bathes her as she stretches languidly, utterly content in the warmth. The gentle sunlight illuminates every whisker, highlighting her peaceful slumber. A portrait of serenity, Mimi embodies the simple joys of a sun-drenched afternoon nap. Late afternoon light bathes Sarah's apartment, casting a soft glow on Mimi. Mimi's breathing slows, her face serene amidst the familiar comfort of her surroundings. A sense of peace settles over the room as Mimi appears calm and content. The quiet apartment holds a moment of tranquil beauty, a peaceful respite. Late afternoon light fills Sarah's apartment, casting long shadows across the room. Sarah sits beside Mimi, her presence a quiet solace in the stillness. A gentle hand rests on Mimi's, a silent offer of companionship and understanding. The air is heavy with unspoken emotions, a shared moment of quiet reflection. Sunlight warms their faces, highlighting the subtle nuances of their expressions. A peaceful tableau unfolds, a bond of friendship amidst the quiet solitude. Mimi's apartment bathed in the soft glow of late afternoon, creating a serene atmosphere. Mimi's eyes gently close, an intimate moment of surrender and peace. Her body visibly relaxes, tension melting away as she finds a natural state of calm. A quiet stillness fills the room, emphasizing Mimi's tranquil transformation. The scene exudes a sense of gentle acceptance and unspoken understanding. Her peaceful state is a stark contrast to the chaos outside, a moment of pure serenity. Inside Sarah's apartment, a quiet moment unfolds, heavy with unspoken emotions and a sense of profound loss. Sarah gently cradles Mimi's collar, its worn leather a tangible link to their shared memories. Her fingers trace the familiar contours, each touch a silent echo of their unbreakable bond. The collar, a simple object, becomes a vessel of love, loyalty, and a lifetime of companionship. In Sarah's tender grasp, Mimi's collar transcends its material form, embodying the essence of their story. A silent tribute to a bond that death cannot diminish, only transform. Sunlight streams into Sarah's apartment, illuminating a wall dedicated to Mimi, a mosaic of memories. Mimi, as a playful kitten, eyes wide with curiosity. Growing older, Mimi lounges serenely in sunbeams, a picture of contentment. Each photo captures a moment, a life lived fully in the heart of Sarah's home. The wall tells a silent story of companionship and enduring love. Mimi's journey, from kittenhood to old age, etched in smiles and purrs. Soft daylight bathes Sarah's apartment, each sunbeam carrying memories and whispers of untold stories. Framed photos adorn the walls, each holding a frozen moment, a memory preserved in light and shadow. A gentle glow dances across each picture, breathing life into the captured smiles and forgotten tears. The room transforms into a gallery of Sarah's past, where every detail sings a silent, nostalgic song. Mimi cautiously enters the alley, her senses alert. She sniffs at a discarded box, her nose twitching. The alley's shadows deepen, adding to her unease. Mimi steps carefully over a puddle. A sudden noise causes Mimi to freeze, her eyes widening. Inside Sarah's apartment, Mimi's lithe form leaps onto the windowsill, a silent observer of the world beyond. Her emerald eyes, sharp and curious, follow the dance of birds across the vast sky. Below, squirrels play amidst the trees, their antics drawing Mimi's keen attention. A silent hunter, she watches, poised between her domestic world and the wild. In Sarah's softly lit apartment, Mimi seeks warmth, curling into a ball on the bed. Sarah's gentle hand strokes Mimi's soft fur, a silent promise of safety. The rhythmic petting creates a haven of calm against the night outside. Mimi's eyes close, trusting in the comfort Sarah provides. A quiet moment of connection, love expressed in soft touches and purrs. Sunlight spills into the alley, illuminating dancing dust motes. Mimi, a sleek black cat, rounds the corner, her movements fluid and silent. A ragged Tom with a missing ear stands his ground, eyes narrowed. A tense standoff unfolds, the alley air thick with unspoken challenge. Sunlight streams into Sarah's apartment, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air. Mimi playfully bats at the dust motes, showcasing her sharp reflexes and feline grace. Her eyes gleam with amusement as she leaps and twirls, a tiny hunter in a sunlit world. The apartment is filled with her playful energy, turning a simple moment into a captivating dance. The soft glow of Sarah's apartment bathes everything in a warm, inviting light as night descends. Mimi, a fluffy ball of comfort, kneads Sarah's blanket with rhythmic paws. Each press of her paws is a silent promise of affection and warmth. A low, contented purr rumbles from Mimi's chest, a soothing soundtrack to the night. Her eyes half closed, Mimi prepares her spot, a nightly ritual of comfort and peace. Soon, she will settle into a deep, peaceful sleep, a furry guardian of the night. In a sunlit alley, Mimi the cat moves with liquid grace, her sleek fur gleaming. Her eyes, narrowed with focus, follow a mouse darting among overflowing bins, muscles coiled beneath her fur. She's a predator ready to unleash. Each step is measured, a dance of stealth and anticipation in the grimy alley. A study in feline agility, she embodies the hunt's raw, primal instinct. Sunlight streams into Sarah's apartment, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air. Mimi, a sleek cat, approaches her water bowl with quiet grace. She laps at the water, her tongue moving with delicate precision. Ripples disturb the water's surface as Mimi drinks, a picture of feline elegance. The gentle sound of lapping water fills the otherwise silent apartment. Mimi pauses, her eyes gleaming in the soft light, a moment of serene stillness. In Sarah's quiet apartment, Mimi, a sleek black cat, meticulously grooms her fur with delicate precision. Her pink tongue darts out, ensuring every inch of her glossy coat is perfectly clean and tidy. Mimi pauses, her grooming complete, and raises her elegant head with an air of feline grace. With discerning green eyes, she surveys her surroundings, a silent queen assessing her domain. Sunlight bathes the alley, painting the brick walls with warm hues. Mimi closes her eyes, her face tilted towards the sky, embracing the golden rays. A gentle breeze rustles through the nearby trash cans. Shadows dance around Mimi as the sun shifts behind a building. She stretches languidly, savoring the moment of peace. The alley, usually grim, transforms into a haven of light and warmth. Sunlight streams into Sarah's apartment, illuminating a cardboard box, an irresistible invitation for Mimi. Mimi approaches cautiously, her senses alert. The box a new world to explore, a tentative sniff at the edges, testing for hidden dangers or delightful surprises. With a graceful leap, Mimi disappears inside, claiming the box as her own secret lair. The cardboard echoes with soft thuds as Mimi settles into her new domain. Wide, curious eyes peek out, ready to pounce, turning the ordinary box into a stage for Mimi's playful antics. In the quiet of Sarah's apartment, soft moonlight bathes the room where Mimi sleeps soundly. Her face is serene, untouched by the worries of the day, lost in peaceful dreams. A gentle rise and fall of her chest, a rhythm of tranquility in the stillness. The room is filled with a sense of safety, a haven from the outside world. Unaware of the mysteries and adventures that await, Mimi rests in blissful slumber. The night watches over her, silent and protective, as she dreams on. In the alley, Mimi watches, perched high, her gaze sweeping over the world below. Sunlight paints the grimy brick, highlighting Mimi's confident posture. From her vantage, the alley stretches a stage set for unseen dramas. Her eyes, sharp and knowing, miss nothing in the urban sprawl. A silent observer, Mimi reigns over her concrete kingdom. Sunlight floods Sarah's apartment, illuminating dust motes swirling in the air as Mimi pads softly across the plush carpet. Mimi, tail twitching, investigates a stack of books, batting playfully at a dangling keychain. She cautiously sniffs a half-empty coffee cup, wrinkling her nose in distaste at the scent. With a graceful leap, Mimi lands on the windowsill, her eyes widening as she surveys the bustling city street below. Soft light bathes Sarah's cozy apartment, creating a haven of warmth against the night. On the plush sofa, Mimi snuggles close to Sarah, their bond a silent promise of affection and companionship. A peaceful moment unfolds, their closeness a refuge from the outside world. In the stillness, their shared affection paints a portrait of quiet, intimate connection. In the muted daylight of a narrow alley, Mimi sharpens her claws against the rough brick, a sleek, feline silhouette. The satisfying scrape echoes in the confined space, a primal ritual under the indifferent sky. Mimi relishes the instinctive act, maintaining her wild essence in the urban landscape. Each scrape is a testament to her untamed spirit. The alley becomes her domain, marked by the silent testament of sharpened claws. Sunlight floods Sarah's apartment, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air. Mimi, sleek and agile, stalks her prey, a simple toy mouse. A playful paw strikes out, sending the toy tumbling across the wooden floor. Her emerald eyes gleam with predatory delight as she pounces, a moment of serene domesticity, bathed in golden light. The quiet apartment buzzes with the silent energy of a cat at play. Night descends on Sarah's apartment, casting long shadows that dance with the faint glow of city lights. Mimi, nestled in her favorite spot, radiates tranquility, a picture of feline contentment. A sense of security envelops her, a shield against the world outside. Soft fur, gentle purrs, a haven of peace within the bustling city. The world outside fades as Mimi closes her eyes, lost in a dream. A tiny kingdom of comfort, claimed and cherished, safe and sound. Sunlight struggles to penetrate the alley as Mimi cautiously treads the grimy path. A tiny explorer in a world of shadows. Her nose twitches, gathering the stories of the alley, discarded food, damp earth, secrets whispered on the breeze. Mimi pauses, a small, furry sentinel, absorbing the symphony of scents and sounds. Each sniff, a question, Each step, an adventure in the heart of the forgotten alley. Sunlight floods Sarah's apartment, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air. Mimi, a fluffy Persian cat, sits regally, her gaze fixed on Sarah with unwavering loyalty. Her tail twitches subtly, betraying a depth of affection for her beloved owner. A silent, tender moment unfolds between Sarah and her devoted feline companion. Night envelops Sarah's apartment. Mimi, nestled in comfort, purrs with serene satisfaction, a portrait of domestic tranquility. Peace fills every corner of the cozy home. Serenity reigns in Sarah's peaceful abode. Mimi ventures into the alley's depths, a maze of shadows and forgotten things, her senses on high alert. She sniffs intently at discarded containers, each rustle and scent a clue in her desperate search. Mimi flips over loose cardboard, her paws working with a surprising strength, driven by hunger. Her small frame belies a fierce determination etched across her face, a survivor's spirit. The alley becomes her world, her hunt a ballet of survival against the cold indifference of the city. Sunlight streams into Sarah's apartment, illuminating a peaceful scene. Mimi rests, her expression soft and serene, radiating contentment. A gentle breath escapes her lips, a picture of utter relaxation. The room is filled with a quiet stillness, a sanctuary of peace. In the quiet of her apartment, Mimi is deep in sleep, her face serene and peaceful. Lost in dreams, she smiles gently, as if reliving adventures in a world of her own. The soft moonlight bathes the room, casting a dreamy glow on Mimi's sleeping form. Each breath is even, a testament to the peaceful slumber that has enveloped her. Sunlight streams into the alley, illuminating dust as Mimi, a sleek black cat, struts along a brick wall. Mimi pauses, tail held high, and sniffs the air, the scent of the alley filling her senses. She rubs against an overflowing dumpster, marking her territory with a possessive air. A scruffy pigeon pecks at breadcrumbs, unaware of Mimi's intense, predatory gaze. The pigeon coos nervously, sensing danger, and bursts into flight to escape Mimi. A small rat scurries into a hole as Mimi continues her patrol, claiming the alley as her own. Sunlight bathes Sarah's apartment as Mimi and Sarah play, their silhouettes dancing in the golden light. Mimi's infectious laughter echoes through the cozy space, a symphony of joy and innocence. Sarah's eyes sparkle with delight as she watches Mimi, their bond deepening with every game. The warm, inviting atmosphere of the apartment embraces their playful energy. Each shared moment etches a memory, strengthening the invisible threads that bind them. Lamplight bathes Sarah's cozy apartment in a warm glow. Mimi snuggles contentedly against Sarah, a peaceful moment shared in the quiet of the night. Sarah smiles softly, a sense of comfort washing over her. The apartment exudes a feeling of safety and warmth. Quiet contentment fills the room. Sunlight barely touches the grimy alley as Mimi steps into the shadows, her senses heightened. Her eyes dart around, scanning every corner, every overflowing trash bin. A sudden noise, a cat, or something more sinister? Mimi pauses, her body tense, ready to react. The air hangs heavy with the stench of decay and the unspoken threat of danger. She moves forward, her silhouette a stark contrast against the graffiti-covered walls. Sunlight floods Sarah's apartment, illuminating dust motes swirling in the air like tiny stars. Mimi, a playful kitten, eyes a bright red ball of yarn, her curiosity piqued. With a playful pounce, Mimi sends the yarn rolling across the floor, a delightful chase beginning. Tiny paws softly pad on the hardwood as Mimi revels in her newfound game. A feather toy lies forgotten as Mimi's world narrows to the captivating dance of the yarn. Mimi sleeps peacefully, her face serene under the soft moonlight filtering into Sarah's apartment. Gentle shadows dance across the room, creating a quiet, dreamlike atmosphere. She's lost in a dream, transported back to the familiar comforts and safety of her home. In her dreamscape, she finds solace, a brief escape from the harsh realities of the present. In the harsh light of day, the alley awaits, a canvas of shadows and secrets. Mimi arrives, a silhouette against the grimy brick, her purpose clear. With deliberate movements, she marks her territory, a silent claim in this urban maze. Her presence established, Mimi watches, a queen surveying her domain, daring anyone to challenge her reign. Sunlight streams into Sarah's apartment, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air. Mimi's eyes are glued to Sarah, reflecting a deep affection. Mimi gently nudges Sarah's hand, a silent offering of comfort and love. Sarah smiles softly at Mimi, a tender moment shared in the quiet intimacy of home. In the quiet darkness of her apartment, Mimi sleeps soundly, her gentle smile hinting at peaceful dreams. The soft glow of the nightlight casts a serene ambiance over Mimi's sleeping form, highlighting her peaceful expression. Enveloped in the stillness of the night, Mimi appears content and safe, lost in a world of tranquil dreams. Her relaxed posture and serene face reflect a deep sense of security, undisturbed by the world outside. Each breath is soft and even, a testament to the undisturbed rest she finds within the quiet confines of her room. Sunlight paints the alley as Mimi moves like a shadow, her senses on high alert, a predator in wait. Behind a dumpster, she pauses, her eyes sharp, scanning every corner of the alley with feline intensity. Her tail gives a silent rhythm, a silent symphony of instinct and readiness. Ready to pounce, Mimi embodies nature's silent hunter, poised to strike. Sunlight streams into Sarah's apartment, casting a warm glow. Mimi is relaxed. Mimi rests comfortably. Mimi relaxes in the light. Mimi enjoys the morning. A quiet morning in Sarah's apartment. In Sarah's softly lit apartment, Mimi is deep in slumber, her face a picture of absolute peace and untroubled dreams. Her breathing is slow and even, a rhythm of tranquility filling the quiet room. A faint smile plays on her lips, hinting at the pleasant visions dancing behind her closed eyelids. Wrapped in the security of her sleep, she seems utterly at ease, lost in a world of her own making. The gentle rise and fall of her chest is the only movement, a subtle testament to life's quiet moments. In the stillness of the night, Mimi's peaceful sleep is a beacon of serenity. Sunlight paints the alley, illuminating dust motes as Mimi, a Siamese, enters. A motley crew of cats watches Mimi's confident approach. Mimi pose, tail flicking, a soft meow escaping her lips. The other cats respond, some bowing, some greeting hesitantly. Mimi surveys her domain, a queen holding court in the sunlit alley. Sunlight floods Sarah's cozy apartment, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air. Mimi, a playful kitten, bats at a dangling toy, her movements swift and full of feline grace. Sarah's laughter rings out, bright and genuine, as she watches Mimi's antics. Her eyes sparkle with affection, mirroring the joy of their shared moment. A tangible bond deepens between Sarah and Mimi, with each playful pounce and shared glance. Soft light bathes Sarah's apartment, casting a warm glow that embraces the quiet intimacy of the space. Mimi snuggles into Sarah's embrace, finding solace and security in the gentle hold. A look of pure contentment graces Mimi's face, reflecting the depth of affection she feels. In Sarah's arms, Mimi feels utterly loved, a sense of belonging washing over her in the tranquil night. The soft, light, and tender embrace create a haven, sealing their bond in a moment of perfect peace. Mimi steps into the alley, a world of shadows and secrets. Her eyes scan the narrow passage, alert and cautious. Each detail of the alley draws her attention, fueling her curiosity. Light and shadow play across her face as she explores. She moves deeper, her senses heightened. Mimi is ready for anything the alley might reveal. Sunlight floods Sarah's apartment, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air. Mimi, A fluffy Persian, observes Sarah with unwavering feline intensity. Mimi's tail twitches, a silent language of affection and companionship. The warm sunlight casts long shadows, highlighting the quiet intimacy of the scene. In Sarah's dimly lit apartment, Mimi is deep in sleep, her face serene and untroubled. The soft glow of the bedside lamp casts gentle shadows, highlighting her peaceful slumber. She seems completely safe, lost in a world of dreams, far removed from any worries. Her quiet breaths fill the room, painting a picture of innocence and contentment. Against a blurred backdrop, the words appear, "Thank you for living with me." The message hangs in the air, a silent testament amidst the indistinct surroundings, a poignant expression of gratitude, briefly illuminating the hazy scene. The words linger, a heartfelt message floating in a sea of ambiguity. Thank you for living with me. A simple phrase, yet profound in its understated sincerity.